Hey, greetings to the body of the people. This man called Chris Dorsey, and I guess this is maybe the first time that we have done a broadcast on YouTube Live. And this is just the preview for tonight's broadcast. I hadn't tried it before and hadn't been using YouTube, but as many of you may know, my accounts on Facebook were taken down, and we had been doing the live broadcast of the Militia Intelligence Report, and then the People of God sermon. Hey, greetings. What's that? Sorry, I'm not. Hey, greetings, anti-Satan. Greetings, Google Barber Learner Spectre. Like I was saying, we are just doing this to promote the show tonight and to test out what we're gonna do. I guess for the near term, as far as broadcasts go. Hey, greetings, Michigan Watch. Greetings, Moti Cho. Thanks for tuning in, and we're going to cover a lot of important topics tonight. I'm planning on going live with the broadcast at 9. We can cover a couple things right now, or just do a real quick preview about on what we're going to cover on tonight's broadcast. We're certainly going to cover the unrest that we saw stemming out of the Louisville events. I don't know what to say except for allegedly the unrest across the country because of a grand jury decision in Louisville, Kentucky regarding the Breonna Taylor case. I must say that it is really disgusting what the government does to the people here in the United States. It's even disgusting what they do to the persons, and even what they do to the citizens here in the United States. I will say I'm very skeptical about the information regarding Breonna Taylor, and I always bring up the case of gay Ellen Plack here in Henrico County, Virginia, a 58-year-old woman, who was murdered by the police in her own house after two Henrico police officers broke into her house, um, kicked down her bedroom door, and then kicked down her bathroom door. This is now a 58-year-old woman. They know who they're dealing with, and they both shot and killed this 58-year-old upper middle class white woman who allegedly had, I guess one would call it, mental illness, that she had something akin to that. I don't even know what justification that would have to do with anything. As far as allowing the police to get away with it, they don't even release the names of the officers in this case. Barely a blip on the radar screen. And now we have these cops being named, being charged in one case, and yet there's still riots. And I'm not justifying any sort of police brutality. I have been a ardent opponent of all of the criminal actions of the police for many years, many years. It's one of the things I'm well known for. For the small percentage of the population who knows who I am or what I do. That being said, I'm not buying these fake events like the George Floyd event. I don't believe that. I believe that the Kyle Rittenhouse event was a staged military information support operation, and certainly without all of the hype in the mainstream media about these events, and even with the hype of these events, without a well financed, coordinated effort within the government and outside of the government, private corporations, government, they're staging this unrest across the country. And we're going to talk about that in more detail later on tonight. And we're going to cover it very thoroughly. So, I mean, there's nothing really much more to say other than we're going to do our regular broadcast. I'm going to have to avoid certain topics or do my best to use ambiguous language because we've already gotten, removed from dozens of YouTube accounts, at least 5 Facebook accounts, and we don't really have any place else to go. I really am. Hey, it's a good question. Barbara, Google Barbara Lerner Specter asked if I thought that the Ron Paul event was some sort of directed energy weapon. I mean, we discuss in great detail the the so-called heart attack gun that was publicized or made the information was made available to the public during the hearings on MK Ultra, the so-called church committee hearings back in 1974. I wouldn't put anything, past the government. If I were to guess, I would say, yeah, probably something fishy about it. But then again, I don't want to dismiss the fact that, folks of Ron Paul's age do have medical conditions. I mean, the body does deteriorate, but the timing was pretty, I guess, coincidental. And so, I would say if I were to say yes, guess one way or another, and I certainly wouldn't put money on it or anything like that, I would say, yeah, it's too coincidental. And the topics he was discussing right before the medical incident seemed very suspicious. So, yeah, great question. And yeah, I'm really happy to see. Yeah, exactly. Moti Cho. Sorry about the mispronunciation or mispronouncing the names, I should say. But yeah, Ice Gun says Tom Shaw. Yeah, last words. And the Fed. Yeah, I mean, very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. And I'm not a Ron Paul fan, by the way. I have made that clear. My go-to reasoning for this is simply Title 31 of U.S. Code, which requires a yearly audit of all of the valued assets of the Federal Reserve bank system. And it is written into United States Code, Title 31, U.S. Code. It's never been done. And Ron Paul made a career out of attempting a failed attempt every session of Congress to get an audit the Fed bill passed. Never happened, but yet he never mentioned, in at least in my understanding, in my research of what Ron Paul did, never promoted enforcing Title 31 of U.S. Code, mandating Title 31 of U.S. Code uh, be be carried out, which is a yearly audit of the Federal Reserve bank system. Instead, he um, he always would discuss how it's important to get an audit the Fed bill. Now I know that Title 31 is not a complete audit, but it is a complete audit of the valued assets of the Federal Reserve bank system. Yeah, he wasn't great on the nation state that controls the United States government and all others. But you know that those are just, Israel front for Rothschild, Israel front for the Chabad Lubavitch organized crime syndicate, organized Jewry. But again, we're not going to get too much into that. We all already know this stuff. We're gonna try to focus on solutions. So I think I'm gonna shut it down right now, and we'll be back live. I'm gonna say 9 o'clock. We'll be back live, and I want to say, John Wolf. What's a wild conspiracy theory? Um, I don't know about responding to all of the questions, but just as a real quick last thought in the preview, so I don't do any more than like a 15-minute preview. Um, oh, I guess you're being sarcastic about da, 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 da. Anyway, my apologies. Um, Hey, thanks, Question Everything Productions. Um, the heart, Moti Cho says the heart attack gun using EMP with nano dust beam. Well, you know, I mean that very well may be true. Hey, thanks. Thanks. Ricochet says, it is good to see you, Mr. Dorsey. Happy to see you above ground. Yeah, I'm always above ground. Um, hey, could be. Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. I see. Wild. Okay. I see. I guess John Wolf is saying the wild conspiracy theory is the nano dust beam got him. Okay. Well, again, the the heart attack gun is certainly old technology, before I was born. So you know how old that is. Pretty old. So anyway, hey, I'm really glad we got things going here on YouTube. I'm very excited to do the broadcast here. Um, yeah, I agree. I agree. It was freaky. And when I turned on my telephone, that was at the top of the list. Usually it's something about Doja Cat or uh whatever, some sort of Hollywood celebrity nonsense. That's the talk of the day on social media or on Google. But today it was Ron Paul and Rand Paul. Yeah, I would say, I guess maybe this is better than Facebook. I'm not, I'm getting a decent audience here. Now, we used to do the broadcast back in between 2017 and 2018. We used to do a broadcast here that was not live, that it was our live radio broadcast with a slideshow. And yeah, we got a good audience. That was a couple YouTube channels ago. But yeah, I'm happy to see folks are on here, and this is basically, you know, our largest audience. I mean, our large, we had, you know, 10 to 12,000 followers on Facebook, including all the accounts, but they got rid of all those. So, oh yeah, hey, thanks for reminding everybody. Tom Shaw says hit the like button. Yeah, Cardi B, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I can never even think of these individuals' names. Uh, Cardi B, Doja Cat, um, Nicki Minaj, like whatever it is, I'm seeing them all the time and I can never remember them. Um, yeah, hey, exactly. Glad everybody found me, and we're already at 16 minutes. I just wanted to do a quick reminder, 9 p.m. Eastern here. We're going to do the full People of God sermon tonight, and I'm excited. Um, exactly. Hey, New Normal World Order says in the freest country in the world, we're not even allowed to talk on the internet. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely absurd. Because if it's so bad, we'll close out with this. I know I've been delaying the ending this broadcast, but this is what I really believe and what I've really verified is what I say on the internet. If it is so ridiculous and so absurd and so horrible and so wrong, then let me say it and pick it apart, say it's stupid, but they don't address. They If somebody does address what I say, they misrepresent, misstate what I say. Otherwise, they don't want to have anything to do with what I say, because I'm not going to start saying stuff on the internet unless it's verified, or unless it is something that is irrefutable to those paying attention. And if that's a problem, if somebody's opinion is a problem, then we have absolutely no free speech. So I am going to watch what I say on here. I'm not going to talk about certain subjects on here because I want to keep this going, and I want to be able to have an outlet to discuss things, to keep folks informed, or even to just give out my opinion while there is I would say, an active time for the Agenda 21, One World Government um, actors. Yeah, yeah. Hey, thanks, Greg. Good to see you. It's Matthias from Facebook account. Got zucked a few days ago. Yeah. Join the club. Uh, Barbara Lerner Spec Google Barbara Lerner Specter says they can't refute it because it's true, so they shut it down. I see you in Mastermind's funny movie. I don't know what that is, but okay. Uh I'll be good too. No jaybirds. Okay. Well, hey, thanks everyone. Please join us back here at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm really excited to do another broadcast, and hopefully we can maybe have like Clifford on, and see how everything goes. So, hey, thanks a lot, everyone, and I'm gonna close it down. Peace and God bless. See you back here at 9. I guess this is where I have to. Thanks, new normal. This is where I've got to figure out how to end the broadcast properly. Let's see. Mm. Hey, anybody in the comment section know how to? I I don't want to seem like too much of an idiot, but let's see. Are you sure you want to?